Alright, what is going on, Coin Observatory? What's going on, everyone? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So you guys are other places in the world. Excuse me, I was kind of eating earlier and I got something stuck in my throat. Alright, so let's dive right in. We haven't streamed since BTC was up here, and it's because we've been busy. We've been trading it. We did catch a short on the way down. I posted my positions today in the BTC BitMEX channel. I'm pretty much hedged both ways. I've got a short from the high, and I have a long from the low, and I got stops out of the bounds, right? So I'm waiting for the break to stop me out on BTC, either a bullish break or a bearish break. But optimally, what I'm looking at right now is there is a hidden bullish divergence on the daily, right? And it's highlighted by the actual blue line on my screen. And I'd like to see a little bit of a bullish push, right? I'd like to see a bullish push in an upwards move. Are we done? Are we bottomed of this dip? Is this the bottom of this dip? Well, I don't think so. All right, I don't quite think so. The reason is if you go to the hourly, I do believe there's a little bit more liquidity, like 74.45. I'm not sure if we'll get down there, but I'd like to see us close. Right, we see this midline rejection here, and usually when we get a midline rejection, when price is not closing above the midline, that's rather bearish. But there is a bullish divergence, and the bulls did come back and defend this low for a higher low. So I want to see what happens. I do believe that before heading down here, we're going to see some liquidity overhead. Right? We've got to stop out these shorts. The chart wants to liquidate everybody that's defending these zones before going to its next destination. It's just chasing liquidity, and that's what we see on like a 30-minute chart, right? We did catch this long, right? And I've been defending this long. I did hedge a short up here, and now the chart's in between. I tried to scale in more longs, then they got stopped out, so I just stopped adding, and I'm hedged at a net zero. But I have captured the range, which is good because I've been able to do things I need to do this week and not just watching the chart looking for a move. Some of you guys in VIP I'm really proud of. You caught a long yesterday. Coinbase caught one. Crypto God caught one. You guys are up like, was it 500% tonight? Or by now, I was checking y'all's posts into the moon. And that makes me really proud, right? I'd much rather have a aware community that's able to capitalize on opportunity instead of just spoon feeding everybody entries and exits and so forth. I'm just going to pull down the To The Moon channel, kind of showcase things we've done in the last few weeks. So you guys today, 204, Coinbase, good work. Crypto God, good work. I feel like you guys picked this one together. And then, once again, we try to stay hedged, right? We try to stay hedged and maintain hedged positions, trade both sides, and it's worked out, right? This was during the drop. March average short was at 10.1 and the chart was at 87. Ether ended up shorting 218 for 170. That's when I rehedged, right? So pretty much everybody crushed it. Can be. Good work, man. Shorted 13K on September futures and sat out for a while. Didn't do anything. Didn't have to. Then you got Dave, Coach Kev. So everybody was kind of crushing it, right? We did really good, and now we're in this range trading. And what's going on? Like, what's going on with this market? Well, I'm just gonna shift perspective really quick and go over. Please, yeah, keep hitting the thumbs up so we do get more live streams. Hi, Delilah, what's going on? Smoking altcoins. What I think's going on right now is we're gonna see some chop in BTC, and we want to see altcoins rally. Maybe it's all season, maybe it's not, but one thing's certain is that we haven't had very many fake outs in terms of like altcoin cycles on a daily chart, especially if you use like BAT as our parameter. Every time it's broken above my moving averages, it has been a run, right? Like a sustainable run, and it's broken above on the daily chart. Date and price range. So why is there no date on here? Let me try again. So these are usually, let's just go ahead and I'm just talking about time frame. I do expect BTC to chop sideways and have some volatility, just not like a real run until this altcoin cycle is over. So I'm gonna give it maybe 50 days. That's what these come out on average to be prior to the break, right? But we did just break. We broke a few days ago, and I believe BAT's an open signal right now. But usually before the break to the top, between 50 and 60 days, this had like a double top type of a really big blow off, and then it retraced. And as we're seeing, moving averages are showing the same thing, right, on a daily chart. So I do believe it's time to diversify in some altcoins, right? It has been time to diversify in some altcoins. Hedge BTC ranges, unless you just want to scalp. I really don't like scalping. It's a lot of work for very little. I prefer swing trading, and then letting some of these alts run, right? People talk about hodling or hodling. You don't want to hodl through this shit, right? You don't want to hodl on these downswings. You want to hodl on these upswings, and then get out, right? So for the hodlers, right? If remove all drawing tools. So if you guys are hodlers, this is the time to show your strength, right? Can you hold your altcoins for 50 days and dismiss these 10% drops, right? Or 7% pullbacks, or even 20% pullbacks? This is the time where your show of force is going to come in. Can you sustainably do that? And the stream thumbnail, right? You're like, hey, like, why are you calling for a bull run? I'm not looking for like a major run on everything, but one thing I did notice, and I've posted on this on TradingView, I posted on this in our Discord, I posted on this on my personal Facebook, called everybody, all my loved ones that are in crypto, have been in crypto. One thing we're noticing is not only our algorithm pinging that we just got out of a liquidity grab, but the chart construct on Ether BTC is looking mighty bullish for me. I don't know if you guys have followed our publication, but we've traded several wedges. We had a falling wedge on gold that ended up being a bull flag. We had one on oil that popped up. These are pretty significant reversal formations, especially when they're big, right? And I'm seeing more confluence with that, with our algorithm that we just put out, our phantom script. Where is this wedge? I think it like goes like way up. Right, so we're seeing a big falling wedge on Ether BTC. And yes, it's big. And we did break above it, right? I expect Ether BTC to go on a major run at some point. Not only that, but we did have a liquidity grab on Ether BTC. We did have a liquidity grab on Ether USD as well. So now I want to see Ether rally, right? I want to see Ether go on one of these pretty much bull run. And this isn't financial advice. This is just a move that I'm eyeing, right? This is what I'm currently going heavy on, because these are opportunities of a lifetime, right? Last time Ether made 1,200% in terms of BTC was in 2017. What's interesting, the reason this is like titled When Bull Run is because this construct, right? We've got this liquidity grab, we've got a ping from our algo, like accumulation pings on Ether, and now we're above them. Pretty much same construct here, and this was in February of 2017, right? This was like, the break was February, March. So it was very much early on in our biggest, baddest bull season ever. So if we are going to see something like this develop and break out, I have really high hopes for this. Now, I've been asked, hey, like, does the Ether USD chart show the same thing? You don't think it's bullish? Let's look at that next. All right. So Ether USD on the hourly. All right, if you guys were trading with us, we longed 180 up to 220, 222. That was my first short. I stopped that out early. I was dumb, and then I reshorted it like to right here. Like this was 218. It was 220 on March futures. And that's why we're using this algo because it's great. It's showing us the tops, where to hedge, the bottoms, where to come back into these trades, where to hedge again. This was a false positive, but then again, these were not false, right? These are great. And this was a great hedge. So we're using this for hedging. Moving on. So what did the Ether chart do? It went on like a micro run. It made these profits. It went from... It went from 174 to 221. That was a pretty big bump. I mean, we crushed it on margin 8 to 900%, 28% run, right? That was pretty good. And then what happened? It just dumped. It liquidated every long in this trade. It stopped out everybody that bought here, right? That bought this zone. Where was our last swing low? And when I was talking about, you know, BTC might head to the point of most liquidity, which is at 7,400, right? Ether came down and stopped out everybody in that falling wedge. Everybody in this trade, right? Maybe we can go to a little tighter, right? Everybody in this trade is stopped out. And when dumps like this happen, that's when you have to ask yourself, who's selling here and who's buying here, right? Who caused this dump? And who's actually buying this dip and who's selling this dip, right? If fear is causing people to sell this dip, then it's the smart money that's buying. And if it's the other way around, if it's smart money that, you know, if it's... Anyways, that's all I have to say. But we don't typically go from 82 RSI to 16 after a 28% up run in one day, right? That's just ridiculous. And there's also a hidden bullish div. Even though it's not in the extreme, there's a little bit of a hidden bullish divergence on the daily. So I want to see a continuation up. All right. Now let's go back to the BTC USD chart. I posted an update today. I said it's technically in a no trade zone. Let's remove all drawing tools. And let's turn the phantom back on. So we had buy pings here on the 30. I had been long from below. The 30-minute chart's not showing any bear divs. The 5 and the 15 were on this run. I do believe we're going to see another leg up. We haven't gotten into that liquidity zone, right? This is a bull flag. Then you're going to see another leg up before we see a retracement. My earlier target from earlier today was further up, 85.36, I believe. And all I'm looking to do there is re-hedge, right? If my short gets stopped out, it's at entry right now, is take another short there and just capture the range. Like if it ping-pongs, I can just keep building shorts and keep building longs and wait for the actual breakout. And as long as I'm averaging up on my shorts and averaging down on my longs, I'm fine, right? And that's just how I'm going to play it as long as we stay in this range and don't go down to 74. But if we do go down to 74, I'm like, I'm going to get stopped out. I have my stops in to capitalize on the drop to 74 and then just drop bids at 74.50 and then ride it back up. So the 30-minute, I was going for 85.31. It looks like the next zone's getting a little tighter, maybe like 83.20. But I'll give it some more time. I was almost wanting to re-hedge Ether because I got stopped out. But ETH USD, the 30 just gave us a sell signal. I'm not going to go with it. I'm thinking 188 to 190 is where the liquidity is before Ether tries to come back down. What's nice about Ether right now, I was looking at the 30-minute chart, right? It's trading above the last rejection zone, which is important, right? This was a head, like a late head short signal, because we're going to see a drop, and now we're actually above it. So I want to see 188, 190. I do. Going over BAT. Let's go over some of our alt signals before I dive into like other alts. So Ren's up 21, Bat's up 15. It's like 12 days, 7 days. Raven's up 9. Zill's up 9.4. Waves is 8.2. Icon 8.1. ADA 6.6. Ether BTC 3.3. Komodo and ONG 3%, and the only two longs underwater right now are QKC and nulls, and it's just down 1.5 and down 0.7. So that's not bad, mitigated by all these winners. These are already in trailing stop territory except for Raven. Let's go over BAT. I want to run BAT on our algo, right? Let's see what it looks like intraday. Where's a good spot to add? Okay, so BAT USD is starting to look possibly treacherous. First time I look at it on an hourly chart, and this is probably like this algo, right? Because you see this liquidity. Based on the algo, you could have bought BAT at 15 cents and up 4 cents a BAT. Let's go to, so yeah, we might see a head and shoulders. Too soon to call, but I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this alert down to here, the neckline. And pretty much make sure if this triggers, then get the heck out of BAT, right? So let's go to BAT BTC. You can use the Binance chart. It's out of bounds on the hourly, which is rather bullish. It's out of bounds on the 2 hour. What's the 4 hour doing? 4 hours also out of bounds. 720. Right, so we do have a midline. We know that these midlines, if you guys are trading the Phantom with us, these act as support or resistance, like last level to hedge, right? So we might see a pullback down to 2256, but my next target on BAT would be 2975. And yeah, so that's like my bullish target right now. I would look at like 2261 for an ad or for an entry if I wasn't in this trade, and I'd wait to see that head and shoulders play out. Alright, fam, show me some more alt requests. This is it's altcoin time. There is actually a bearish divergence on BAT BTC 720, so we could see a pullback. Why is that not showing over here? Yeah, it's a bit of a bearish div. I mean, we've had pullbacks during these big runs, right? So we might pull back to our long-term MA, 188.88, and yeah, where's BAT ETH? I shove it up here. There it is. All right, Link has been on a run, man. There's a little bit of volume divergence on these runs, right? But I mean, this has been a little bit more sustainable run. It wasn't just like a blow off top. Let me go to Link BTC on TradingView. So we're above the midline. We're probably most likely going to see a retest of the zone, right? And I can just drop a price tag on Link of 2703, right? And a possible move. I think the next stop on Link is going to be 464, right? We want to see a sustained move above 27, so a pullback down in here would definitely be a buy the dip type situation, especially if it bounces bullishly, right? The reason I say that is if it looks anything like this, where the next candle is going to be a bullish engulfing candle, like this is a good buy, right? Because then you had a continuation. But if it does not look anything like this on our midline, which is a 2703, I would expect it to like just like what happened here, right? So a bearish rejection off a midline is bearish. Here it was ranging for a bit, broke up, but then once again the best buy opportunity came over here. So anybody looking at Link, either want to increase bag or increase exposure or get out, you know, this is going to be the next zone where you want to pay attention. Let's look at Link USD. It's looking like a bull flag on the USD chart. No divergences on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. It's still looking bullish. Let's maybe try like a Binance chart, should have more data. It's like, this is how, you know, I was talking about these midlines. This is a total like bull trap, right? People like, oh, I'm going to buy this rally. Oh, you're going to lose on this rally. You're going to get shaken out. And that's what we look for at midlines, whether we see rejections or not. Go on the hourly, 120, 240, 360. God, this thing it's not a bounce. Haha, all right, so what do we got? We got a midline rejection. We want to see it close above $2 and 253. Let's just drop a horizontal line. 252. I think it's critical for Link to have a bullish continuation. I want to see it break 251, maybe a range between there and 329. The next bullish target would be $5.38. Just gonna drop some price tags here so you guys maybe can screenshot it. Come back and let me know how it's working for you, right? I want to see these play out. Hopefully we get a range, right? If you get a range trade, that's a pretty good range to trade. There's a good 81 cents in it. $240. Maybe we got, let's see what's going on like a short time frames. All right, so short time frame, we're getting a rejection off our midline. So you're gonna get midline. If you guys are using Phantom, you're gonna have midline continuity, and you're gonna be able to go back and forth between different time zone or time frames to figure out what's gonna happen with your chart. And here it was kind of very much indecisiveness, very choppy. Once again, once we start trading above bounce, you get some bullish engulfing candles. You're gonna see a rally. Same thing here, all right? First bullish engulfing, second, and then broke out. So we want to see what happens at the midline. All right, I'm going to cover ICX for Van off Facebook. I'm going to come back to you guys to Mark's request on AMB and VIA. So ICX is an open single for us right now. We're trading icon BTC. And it's the 5. Let's go like the 15. Let's check it in terms of moving averages. See if we're getting a break. Then I'll hop back and I'll do a phantom check. Alright, this is what I like to see, guys. Bull flag, daily chart, moving averages crossing. This thing looks like it's ready to break out to the upside. ADX levels at 15. It could be higher. I don't like a 15 ADX. And this thing's like post-capitulation, right? I mean, this is the lowest icon has traded almost. And I'm not a big fan of this wedge. I don't see a formation. I'm not going to try to draw one. I'm not going to force one. But one thing's interesting is moving averages are flipping bullish. I just need yellow to go above blue, and we should see some kind of move, right? Especially with price being above. You know, some of you saw this, we saw a rally. Now let's go back over to TradingView and see what it's doing on our algorithm. So it just pinged another buy at 2061. The 4-hour chart. I think next critical zone for Icon to get over is right overhead. It's at 2245, right? It's gonna be our next resistance. But it's above our med lines, which is bullish. What's the 120 doing? Same thing. Hourly's breaking out, right? It came down, retested, and it's breaking out. So we should see a bullish move on Icon. Lumen USD. Man. So I'm really liking Lumen BTC, right? I trade most alts on BTC value. I'm really liking it. Going to the daily. I'm just gonna get rid of Phantom. Did this whole capitulation thing, right? I mean, everybody got stopped out. Even these guys got stopped out. Everybody sold for a loss. Market ready to make a move. We did see this. What other coin did we see this on, guys? We signaled a long last month and we crushed it. We saw this on XRP, right? Ascending triangle on RSI, and we took that trade and did pretty good and decided to short it. The short didn't work out too well, but you can't win them all, right? So I'd like to see a little bit more of a continuation out of Lumen's BTC. Let's do Lumen USD. I mean, at this point, I think Lumen USD is definitely a buy, like at 6 cents. Especially if it's gonna cycle, right? Like just like BAT looks like it's gonna set up on a 30 to 50 day rally. There's no reason why Lumens will not. I'll go back to moving averages in a second. Let's do this. And if somebody who's dollar cost averaging this thing, this is the time to buy, right? This isn't the time to sell. I don't see any formations. Let me throw on the Phantom. We're getting buy pings here, which is good, right? We did see a liquidity grab, so now we should get a move to 12 cents. I mean, that's 100%. It's a 100% trade over there. It's looking good. That's the thing, guys. Phantom will let you know when to get out of something, right? Like this bearish break over here, get the heck out of Lumen at 27 cents, buy back in at 6 cents, right? Might not have won anything, saved you a whole lot of losses. All right, going over A and B and Maya. So you get yourself a runner there, man. What in the world? How far up has this thing moved? Holy shit, it's done 100%. Oh, it's B and B. Sorry. Well, done the same thing, if not more. Holy. All right. Let me check it on moving averages. So A and B. Yeah, this looks all seasony. Potential resistances. I'm gonna use Phantom for that. Smaller time frames. Whoa. All right, guys, if this is going to turn around, right, we saw midlines 478. I wouldn't enter the trade here to chase it. But if somebody's already holding it, right, you got another 50% in this, man. In my opinion. Not financial advice. Via. So maybe a 30. Yeah. This is likely to come down to retest midlines. Let me check it on moving averages first, kind of like due diligence. Price is above. I'm not sure if it's ready to pump. It's been learning on low volume. I'm not sure, like, if you're in VIA just because it's pumpy and it tends to pump. I don't like betting on those types of tokens. I don't see a formation. It looks like it could be like a double bottom or 1, 2, 3 bullish drives. I don't know. I'd stay away. I mean, it's above resistance. It's looking like it's wanting to turn. Right? This was like the last resistance zone. There's some wicks. Some pretty big wicks up there. We'll stick to these. Alright, I mean, it's above previous resistance. That's a good thing. RSI is up and pointing up. A bearish div on the 4 hour. It looks like it's correcting on an MDRP, which is like a discrepancy in mid-range, right? So we could see it pop back up. I covered Lumen, Icon, traditional market requests, AB, B, V. If I have time, I have time for you, Kevin. All right, so A, B, B, V. I see an Adam and Eve here, man, on the 4 hour. Possible Adam and Eve. It's above it. Could be a cup and a handle. I'm not liking RSI. Let me get it. Let me get like a big picture. I don't know, man. I don't trade a lot of stocks. I'm very picky with my entries, right? I don't know what's moving it. I don't know anything about AbbVie. I was just speculating on the chart. I would wait for the wedge retest. Already happened. Not enough volume. Probably gonna come back down, chop down. You know, like I wouldn't necessarily short it. Let's put it on Phantom now that we have a wedge. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. Yeah, I mean, it could be a long over here. I'd wait for volume, maybe like take some calls. Thing is, I don't know what's moving it. What's moving it down, Kev? I'd actually wait for it to go oversold, and then like $80 calls, right? Wait till like it's suffering, till it goes below again. So it goes down like 73, 26, $73, 74 right now, just down $1. And then maybe take some $80 calls. Let me go to 30-minute. Let's do the hourly. Auto. The hourly looks like it's a bullish break. It's above the midline. It should continue up, man. At first I was thinking it was bearish, right? But now I look at it and I'm checking with Phantom, right? Look at this. Boom, boom. Man, I'd go with like $79 calls several weeks out when it goes oversold. Maybe on the next bounce off 74.33. All right. Anybody else got any other requests? If you guys don't, I'm probably going to be a power 30 minutes instead of a power hour. I cover the things I want to cover, give you my perspective on things to look at right now. Ether BTC, I think, is going to be a dominator coming, Q4 through the end of the year. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your requests. You got any questions? Hop in Discord. Feel free to ask them. I'll try to stream more often as things slow down. Right when volatility's high and we're going hard, and it's just there's no time to stream. Right now, things are a little slower. Litecoin USD, awesome, and we can do this. And I think we just did a liquidity grab. The 4 hour is. Let me get rid of Phantom. Let's just check it. Once again, let's check our basics. I think LTC is actually ready to rally now that it's just gotten destroyed. That's how markets work, right? They want to go for the liquidity grab, get everybody out of their positions before they go in true rallies. LTC USD, right? I mean, you look at it, it looks like a bear flag, right? Especially with moving averages, it's still bearish. Let's see Litecoin BTC maybe? LTC BTC showing a different story, kind of like the Ether chart, right? I mean, this thing looks like it wants to break out. Thing is, Litecoin on my moving averages, it tends to fake them out. It's faked them out a lot. I don't trust it, right? I don't trust this chart. I don't trade this chart a whole lot. It tends to stop me out more than it doesn't. Even when we were here, right, like early this year, I called this pennant. We had a long, it stopped me out. Entered again, it stopped me out. Just, I don't like it because it does a lot of fake outs. So this could be a fake out. Let's go back to LTC USD. And then use our Phantom. So the way Phantom works, we're really like counter trading liquidity, right? And you can get false positives, like this is a false positive. It typically doesn't do that. It's just maybe a bad time frame for Litecoin, right? And that's when you like go in and double check. Well, it gave you a buy and it gave us sell like a 86 to 103, 86 to 103. And once you have these rejections here and you see that bottom's a sweep below, then that's when you're supposed to go bearish. And that's why we like to do this on multiple time frames. Now the 60. I don't know, man. No comment on Litecoin. Sorry. I do remember, however, that when I was streaming right before the halvening and we were up here and I was asked, hey, what about Litecoin? The halvening's in like 2 days. I said, get out. I said, sell. Right? And that was at 120. Now it's down 50%. Right? I mean, this, you can't counter trade a descending triangle. Same thing with BTC, right? We had shorts on a bigger descending triangle. You can't, I mean, this thing's gonna break down. It might be a liquidity grab. It might go back up. Yeah, and Fernando, I'm not holding any Litecoin right now. I rarely hold Litecoin. I had some on spot for the big run, but it's not my forte. It's not a coin that I can trade without getting chopped out a lot. Ether is something I can trade a lot. BTC is, and looking at the Ether construct right now, that ETH BTC chart. The reason I'm using the Bittrex ones because it actually has the early bull run of 2017, right? Binance chart won't have it. And that's why I like having charts with more data because we can see plays like this. It's something I'm eyeing, right? Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all your requests. Any questions, hop in Discord. I'll see you soon. Trade safe, use stop losses, and hedge.